It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
And good morning to you on Friday. Happy Friday to you. What a great weekend it looks like we're going to have ahead of us. And the week went by quickly. That was nice. You're missing Sarah, so am I. She is, we're in kids sports season. Like the season is year round, by the way. So she is taking our girls to a swim meet. They're actually on the way to the swim meet early this morning in Kansas. They will be there over the weekend participating in the swim meet. Got another one next weekend. So there's a lot going on, but we're hoping the girls do well at the swim meet. I will get started here and let you know the news. There's a lot of stories today, a lot to tell you about as we move into the weekend, some big events that you might want to be part of. So stick around and let's do it. I got some allergy stuff going on. You can probably hear my voice. So if I have to sniff or cough, it's just allergies, but I don't know where it came from. Let's start with some news. Cleanup continues in Taney County after flash flooding this week. It was bad. Several inches of rain fell in just minutes, leading to, you saw the pictures on the news, on your phone, flooded cars, businesses, homes, roads destroyed in some cases. An RV park in Hollister is offering free space to people who had to move quickly when the water started rising quickly. So lots being done down in that neck of the woods, other areas as well, dealing with the fallout from flash flooding. Problem with flash flooding, it gets in real fast. It gets out pretty quick too, but man, it can leave a lot of damage behind. And we're seeing that down in the Branson area. We have an update on a case that we've talked about here several times in the last few months. A case of a woman who spent 43 years in prison for a crime she is now thought to have not committed. After a circuit court judge ruled last month that Sandra Hemmy's attorneys showed evidence of her actual innocence, an appeals court ruled that she should be freed while her case is reviewed. Remember, we told you about that. Well, the Supreme Court in Missouri was going to look at it and decide. They just refused to undo the lower court ruling. So free she goes. She's now being released at some point, they didn't name a time, to live with her sister and brother-in-law. Hemmy is now 64 years old. She's been serving a life sentence after she was twice convicted of murder in the death of a library worker many years ago. She's been the longest held wrongly incarcerated woman known in the United States, according to her legal team at the Innocence Project. So, man, I imagine the reporters will be wanting to talk with her. We'll see if her family allows it and get her take on 43 years in prison. This is another wild story. Her story captivated a nation, and it began right here in Springfield. Now, Gypsy Blanchard is telling her story in a new book. It's called My Time to Stand, and it will be released in December. And she just announced that she will narrate the audio book version of that. Blanchard grew up, as you know, abused by her mother, who falsely claimed that Gypsy had several medical conditions and kept her confined to that wheelchair. I think that's where the title of her book comes from, My Time to Stand. The nation, of course, took notice and is still taking notice when Blanchard and her then boyfriend murdered her mother at their home, at Gypsy and her mother's home in Springfield that they had been given. Gypsy pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 10 years for her role in the brutal stabbing death of her mother. She has since been released from prison. As you know, her then boyfriend, Nicholas Godejohn, remains in prison, where he will be for some time. I think she's remarried and divorced. There's a lot going on with her. I mean, some of you keep up with that a lot more than I do. It was interesting. I had a niece who lives in Tennessee. She was just now watching some of the Gypsy story on one of the streaming services. And she texted me a screenshot of Sarah interviewing them back when they were given that house. I believe it was a Habitat for Humanity house. Don't quote me on that. But it was a house that they were given in Springfield. Sarah was interviewing them about that back when Gypsy was in the wheelchair And my niece sent me a picture and said, "Hey, I just saw Sarah." And I said, "Yeah, that was a big story. We covered it at the time, and then years later, whenever we all found out what was actually going on, covered it then as well." The official ribbon cutting has taken place for Springfield's new fire station. Fire Station 7, built on the exact same site as the original Fire Station 7 on East Sunshine, and it will cover the Oak Grove and Brentwood neighborhoods. The cost of that new station, about $4.2 million. It is political season. Breaking news, in case you haven't noticed. Just last night, of course, President Trump accepted the Republican nomination for president for what is now the third time. That election is set for November 5th, coming up quickly. Who he will run against, we're still not sure. We are still not sure. We'll wait till the Democratic convention, I suppose, to find out. It's a strange, strange year. Here in the state of Missouri, for what it's worth, Governor Parson announced his endorsements for the state. He is supporting Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe as Missouri's next governor, Andrew Bailey for Attorney General in the state of Missouri, and Vivek Malik for state treasurer. So there you go. The governor wanted to send out his picks as we get closer. Congratulations to Springfield Hospitals. A national publication just ranked them in the top 10 across the state of Missouri. Mercy Hospital in Springfield came in number 4, and Cox Health in Springfield ranked 9th on that list when it comes to patient outcomes, processes and procedures, and staffing to patient ratio. Those are the criteria on which they were judged. U.S. News and World Report looked at about 140 hospitals across the state of Missouri. Dallas Cowboys Hall of Famer Emmitt Smith is coming to Springfield again, becoming a regular here, really. He's in town again on September 24th to headline the 25th annual Steak and Steak Dinner for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Springfield. That will be held at University Plaza Convention Center. And of course, we told you about this. Smith was just here last month to do the ceremonial coin flip for the Ozarks Lunkers' first ever Arena League football game. So that was cool, and Emmitt is coming back. So good for him. There's a lot going on to tell you about this weekend. We told you about some of this before, but give you updates in case you want to take part. Tonight, our friends over at the Springfield Greene County Park Board are giving kids and their parents the opportunity to try out a sport before they sign up for a season, which I think is really nice. Kindergartners through 5th graders can play baseball, bring your own glove if it's baseball, soccer, volleyball, and more tonight from 6 to 8 at Nichols Park for free. It is free, but you need to register. They'd like for you to register. You can do that at parkboard.org/events. Register at parkboard.org/events. Also tonight, you can enjoy a free movie in the park. That is also being brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, one of our sponsors, by the way. Barbie is the choice this week. We'll play at Jordan Valley Park Friday night. Tonight, starting 8:45. Show up with your own lawn chair, and you can enjoy a nice evening under the stars. You may need a light jacket. I don't know. The way things are going, you never know. It's crazy. I was out at the Price Cutter Charity Championship, which also, by the way, is going on this weekend. And if you've never been, or if you haven't been in a while, today and tomorrow would be, and maybe even Sunday. I think we got some storms possible Sunday, but that'll be the time to go. It's usually like 120 degrees out there. I hadn't had rain in weeks. I was out there yesterday. I try to go every year. It's such a great event. And it was unbelievably comfortable to sit there and watch some golfers play the game. It was really cool. Had some food out there, sat in the shade a little bit, but even in the sun, it wasn't crazy hot. So you might want to get out and enjoy that. That's such a great tournament. They've combined raised more than $20 million for local children's charities over the years that they've been doing the Price Cutter Charity Championship. So this year is looking like a really, really good year. The scores are outrageous because I guess the course is in really good shape. Little rain, so the ball is biting, is staying. The scores are really, really low. So I don't know, the 40 something over the 4 days could be the winning score this year, which is nuts. 40, man. Okay, one more thing. Tomorrow is an opportunity, wonderful opportunity for parents with students planning to play sports in school in the fall. 417 Sports Medicine and Orthopedics is holding its third annual free, yes, free Sports Physicals Day. Show up from 8 to noon tomorrow. That's at 417 Sports Medicine and Orthopedics on South National. You want to look up that address, show up there, get your kid a physical for free, and you will be set for the school year because it is. I saw some school supplies out at a store the other day, and I was like, really? You're gonna give kids anxiety during the middle of summer? Let them enjoy it a little bit before you get the school supplies out. They know school's coming again. They know they're going to have to get supplies, and parents are like, oh man, supplies. I got to spend another $100 on school supplies. But anyway, we still got a little bit of time for that. So let's enjoy the month of July because it's been a little cooler than normal, I think, for the month, certainly now, and more rain than normal for the month of July. So, hey, and sometimes too much rain, as we saw earlier this week. But, hey, you win some, you lose some. You can't get everything you want. So take the parts you're happy with, and we'll all move on. Hey, hope you have a fantastic weekend. We'll be rooting on our girls at a swim meet, and hope to see you right back here Monday morning. So enjoy your weekend. Thanks for being part of this. We appreciate you very, very much.
Hey guys, it is Ryan. I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I'm a bit of a fun fanatic when I can. I like to work, but I like fun too. And now I can tell you about my favorite place to have fun. Chumba Casino. They have hundreds of social casino style games to choose from with new games released each week. You can play for free and each day brings a new chance to collect daily bonuses. So join me in the fun. Sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. We are waking up to temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s. Step outside right now if you can, as a 5 a.m. temperatures are very comfortable, and it's going to be a beautiful day to round out the work week forecast. We've got temperatures that will top out today in the low 80s, mostly sunny skies, low relative humidity. I think all of those patios are going to be busy this evening. If you want to eat dinner outdoors, it would be a really nice choice to do so. We have fantastic weather conditions in the forecast today, dry and nice. Those are the headlines as we head into the weekend. I think we're going to be able to hold on to these nice conditions too, at least for Saturday of this weekend. Below average temperatures, plenty of sunshine on deck for us, more cloud cover on Saturday than what we'll experience today. But overall, we're talking about really nice weather conditions today. And I'm talking about cooler than average temperatures for most of this extended forecast. Activity today still out in the Four Corners region and along the eastern seaboard. That's where some heavy rain is expected for portions of the Carolinas. Also active today for much of the southeast. And we are also talking about some rain and maybe some excessive rain for the southern Rockies. I expect we see shower and thunderstorm chances and a more active pattern return for our area as we head into late this weekend, likely by Sunday, leading into the early part of next week. The weather will be unsettled again. And as you know from our flooding event yesterday, we are still talking about a saturated ground. So flooding will be of concern as we look at the late weekend and next week's forecast. I am expecting, though, a couple of nice days to dry out before that arrives. If you have an outdoor project to do, get it done today and tomorrow. It's going to be beautiful across the Ozarks. I think tonight, once again, we'll fall back into the upper 50s for overnight lows. It will be very comfortable. And then on Saturday, I'm talking about the low 80s in the forecast once again. Temperatures on Sunday, there will be a range because I introduced the chance for rain and thunderstorms back into the forecast by the afternoon. I don't think Sunday's a washout of a day, but I'm giving it about a 30% chance for some showers and thunderstorms. So if you're planning out your weekend, maybe make your outdoor plans on Saturday versus Sunday. Sunday does definitely have the better chance for rain in the forecast. Temperatures will be below average as we head into next week as well. Part of the reason is because we have this kind of unsettled pattern with the rain and storms, but also the Climate Prediction Center is looking out at our forecast 6 to 10 days out. And they're saying below average temperatures are a good bet for portions of the Midwest and the South. This is great news for our friends down in Texas that have just been boiling since May. Cool down expected for them. Also, Louisiana, portions of Oklahoma, Arkansas. We here in the Ozarks will see some cooler than average temperatures. A nice little break for the center part of the country. Unlike our nice little break, the West Coast, it's just going to be a total scorcher out there. In fact, there are heat advisories all the way from the Pacific Northwest back through portions of California and the desert Southwest. Really hot temperatures and potentially more record-breaking high temperatures for them, while the South gets some relief from that cool down that I was telling you about. Today, we've also got that excessive rainfall for portions of the southern mid-Atlantic and the southern Rockies that I mentioned. So lots of weather going on, just not for us here in the Ozarks today. We are looking at a much milder pattern for the end of the work week forecast. This really feels like kind of a treat on a Friday. All right, let's have some fun. It's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question today, sponsored by Scooters Coffee. If you want to start your work week with a nice cup of Scooters, here's your chance to win $20. What type of weather kills the most people every year? That's the question that I left you with yesterday. And I did mention that this is on average. The options are A, tornadoes, B, floods, C, hurricanes, or D, extreme heat. The answer is actually D. It's extreme heat. Summertime often proves to be the most deadly across the world for heat-related deaths. Well, in this year, we've had some problems too. We've had those extreme temperatures out on the West Coast. Of course, we always talk about staying safe in these incredibly hot temperatures because it's not just the highs. It's also those overnight lows that never give people a chance to really cool down or give their body a break. Your body begins working overtime, and it is that extreme heat that leads to the most deaths every year of weather-related fatalities. So everybody stay safe in the summertime. All right, here's the question that I'll leave you with. This is for Monday morning, and it's true or false. A 50-50 shot to win $20 to Scooters. You can estimate the temperature by counting the number of times a cricket chirps. Do you think that is true, or do you think that is false? Let me know your guess. You can do that at aroundtheozarks.com. I'll have the answer for you first thing on Monday morning. Hey, have a great weekend. It's going to be beautiful sunshine, low 80s today. And tonight we'll fall back into the 60s for lows. Another nice one on tap for Saturday. And then rain returns to our forecast by Sunday.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.